Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chub. Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Well, to ask if they got sick, because a lot of people gotten sick when they touch your blood.
Hey, I stopped smoking cigarettes.
Oh, good.
Isn't that something? I'm on to cigars now. Yeah, I'm onto a 5-year plan. I eliminated the cigarettes, then I go to cigars, then I go to pipes, then I go to chewing tobacco, then I'm onto that nicotine gum.
Good.
Yeah.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show has started. All right, this is going to be a little mini Chubstep episode, a mini-chub, and we're going to have a guest. It's not the guest you in the background. It is Dr. Daniel. Dr. Daniel's been on the show before, but this time he's not going to talk medical advice. He's going to be talking about an insane story that happened when his family rented out their nice house, and just you'll see what happens. But it did not go the way they planned.
Recording live from somewhere.
All right. We are joined by Dr. Daniel. Dr. Daniel, you have been on the show. You were on the show one time, and it was basically a year ago. It was May 11th of 2023. Welcome back.
Wow. Time is fun. Thank you. I had a great time last time, so hopefully this is just as fun.
Yeah, that's if people want to go check that out. As episode 408, he was talking about spots where the best spot to be shot if you were going to be shot, and then a lot of random fun medical stuff that we talked about.
You ever notice you can only ooze two things, sexuality and pus? Man, I tell you.
I remember you telling me this story. You were asking what made me think of this, and it really wasn't one thing that popped up, or maybe it was just a series of inappropriate things that popped up. I don't know. But I remember you telling me this story like years ago about the time you guys rented out your house and it did not work out the way, I don't want to do any spoilers or anything, but it didn't work out the way you planned. So I'm going to give just a tiny bit of backstory. You're from the Chicago North Shore, a nice suburb area. And this was your family's house. And I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah. So I grew up, like you said, in the north suburbs of Chicago. Very nice little neighborhood, awesome little town. Like nothing bad ever happens there at all. And so this was a long time ago. I started in college, and it was at the point where Airbnb was a new thing, and like everyone was like, "Oh, you could make some like good money doing this." And my parents did have a pretty nice house, and so they thought, okay, we could rent it out for a night. You can make like a significant amount of money. So they were kind of thinking about it, and eventually they're like, all right, let's try it. Let's put it on the website. Let's see. We had family in the area, like they could just go stay with them for a night, like whatever.
Yeah. And so, you were Daniel, you were living. Were you living at the house at this time, or were you in college at the time?
So I'm in college, but I only went to school about not even an hour away. So almost every weekend I was coming back, like not every week, but pretty often. Like my room was still my room, and my brother's room was still his room. It was so it still felt very personal.
Yes, and Airbnbs were not common, like you're saying. It's not like now where everybody like you decide between an Airbnb and a hotel. Like it was not a popular thing. This was over 10 years ago.
No, yes, literally to the point where like there weren't a lot on the website itself. So, getting one was, there weren't that many around.
Yeah.
So they list it, and within like 2 days, they get like someone being like, hey, can I rent it out for a night this weekend? And like on short notice, like 3 days, my mom was like, sure. So she they book it, and my mom's like cleaning the house, getting everything like ready. She's like, all right, see how this goes. And right before, so the day of that they're gonna rent this house out. As luck would have it, like right when my family was leaving, my parents, the girl who rented the house, the weird thing was, and I don't know what this or why this is or how or whatever, she just showed up. Like there was no car that dropped her off. She was just like there. And
like walking in a suburban area where nobody walks around.
Exactly, in a nice little neighborhood. Like, and she was. My dad told me that like she was actually a very attractive like girl, and she was like younger and stuff. And like my mom was like noticing that she was like wearing like a tight dress or whatever. And so, but they didn't think anything of it. She was very like sweet and nice, and she's like, oh, I'm just gonna have a couple friends over. We're in town. She's saying that they're models. And
okay.
They, just needed exactly. They needed a nice place to like rent for just a day and all this stuff, and so they didn't think anything of it. But my parents still being nosy and skeptical of things right away, they like kind of stayed around the area for a couple hours just to see like, okay, is there anything weird going on? And no, nothing. Like they just they noticed that like maybe a couple cars pulled up, but like nothing crazy. Everything was fine. So they think, okay, like we're gonna leave, all good. So they go to my aunt's house or whatever. They and then in the morning around 11, they decide to like come back, right? Because that's the time to like check out.
Yeah.
And so they pull up to the house and they go through the garage. They open the door, and right away they see that like the entire house is just, when I say like filled, I mean like filled with Solo cups everywhere, and I mean probably hundreds.
Yeah.
And open alcohol everywhere. Okay, so obviously they know right away. Okay, one, they didn't clean, and two, definitely had a party, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so, whatever. So they're like, all right, well, what do we expect, I guess, right? And so they're kind of like walking around the house thinking like, all right, let's hope like no one stole anything, right?
Yes,
so
yeah, that's the biggest worry.
Going through the house.
Well, Daniel, did they like put stuff in locked? Was anything like in a locked room or anything? Everything was just kind of where it was, just put away, right?
So like jewelry and stuff, obviously they took. They made sure that like that was locked up. But I mean, like there was nice paintings on the wall. There was like things that, of course, would be worth like something, right?
Sure.
But they didn't. This was new. They honestly maybe were a little naive, but they just didn't think about
like
it. Right? So
now people go to Airbnbs and somebody will have like an owner's closet that's locked. This wasn't like that. Like, because you guys were not, regulars at this. So your house was like a livable house, basically, still.
I mean, literally, like if you go to my room, like there was like all my stuff was there. I had a little drawer full of like probably things that I wouldn't want to be stolen, like little notes from people. I don't know, who knows, but this was my childhood home. So so basically they're walking around the house, and and my mom starts to notice that literally like everywhere she's seeing used condoms everywhere.
I didn't
like
ask for this.
literally in the living room, in the family room, in our office, in the bedroom. So gross. There was like hundreds. I mean, like literally, it was like all over. It was to the point where my mom started crying.
Yeah,
because of the implication.
Just immediately being like, our house was defiled.
Oh my God.
So like obviously, like my dad is like pissed. Like they call me. I'm like mad. Because I don't know why. You consider like your home like kind of your thing, and if someone if someone goes a little bit takes advantage of that, I'm like, give me their names. I'm gonna find them. I was feeling like Liam Neeson from Taken.
Yes.
Like I was just like gonna go on like just find these people, hunt them down. But yeah, dude. So then whatever. So they call like the neighbors and they're like, hey, did you guys like see like a bunch of people? And they were like, oh yeah, there was like 30 cars like all around the house. We thought it was you guys throwing a party. And they were like blasting music and stuff and everything. And little did we know they had an orgy in our house.
Insane.
And dude, like literally had an orgy. I was a little bit upset they didn't invite me.
Yes.
But at the same time, I was also angry. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
So
it's like one thing if you're gonna trash your house, and the second thing is like not even gonna invite me to the party where you trash my house.
At least let me get some action out of it.
Exactly, exactly. And also 30 cars. That's right. Your cul-de-sac with 30 cars in it, that's insane. It's like hard to fit more than just like that cul-de-sac must have just been filled up.
And I literally, my mom told me that there were tire tracks in the grass.
Oh no!
Someone just parked their car in a nice neighborhood, just like grass, just tore it up.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
This is insane. So, did you also say
Crazy.
they found something in the covers of your sheets?
Oh my god! I don't even want to talk about that. That was gross. Yeah, I mean, basically, let's just say there were things in the sheets you don't want to be on the sheets. To the point where my mom she hired a cleaning service, and then obviously like charged Airbnb like saying like, hey, you completely like for a house like they had to pay like an extra $1,000 or something.
Yeah,
it was crazy, and they actually did. So
good
them for that. But
okay,
yeah, but still like insane. I mean, yeah, never again. Obviously, that's not even an option. I would never
unless
do that.
You just wanted to be known for that, unless you wanted that to be the thing there.
Like all of a sudden you're just the orgy house?
Yeah. Couple of pineapples hanging from the front porch or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. Down pineapples or something? Yeah, and so obviously you guys, never did it again. But it's just such a it's like worst case scenario of what could happen when you were.
Oh yeah, I mean my parents are so excited. They're like, oh, this is gonna be great. Extra, pay for the mortgage. Awesome.
Yeah.
They show up to a house that's completely defiled. My poor innocent home.
I know. I really wonder if there was some sort of film of it that night that is out there somewhere on the internet. Now it's too far gone to find it, but when there's that many people and that much stuff going on, there's no way somebody's not filming something.
I would be lying if I said I didn't check Pornhub.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so. Because you're curious. You're like, there's something going on in my house. Like, now I have to see it at this point.
I was on trending videos and I saw nothing, thankfully.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just like my photo, like from me as a child?
Like in the background of the scene. Yeah, you're like, oh God, what happened?
Just my smiling young face.
Yes.
Innocent. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's wild. Well, never again. Warning for those out there. Just be careful. Maybe don't put your most treasured house in there. Maybe get a second house to do this, and so that you can keep them.
Get a second house.
Get a second house and Airbnb that. Yeah, that's right. That's the best financial advice for people. Get a second house.
Get a second house and take out a large mortgage on it.
That's true. Leverage everything.
Yeah, it'll help. Leverage everything. I like that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Daniel. I love the story. It's better than I remember. So thank you.
Well, yeah, no problem. We got a lot of good stories together. So
appreciate it.
We'll tell some more.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Till next time.
All right. See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Billy Bob Thornton. Welcome to my official website. And as Sage says, what's up?
All right. We want to thank Dr. Daniel for coming on. Remember to email us, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube. We got new shows every Thursday. Share the episodes with a friend if you enjoy them. Check us out on Instagram. We got Big Money Banks next week as a guest. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.